until all our daughters are safe, until all our children have families, until all our families have homes, until all our parents are cared for. We'll be here.
Welcome to Community Spotlight. I'm your host, Leah Haslage. Today's Spotlight is on the Cleveland Leadership Center. With us is Michael Bennett, who's the Vice President of External Affairs for the Cleveland Leadership Center, and Brittany O'Connor, who's Vice President for Citizens Bank. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Start off by telling us what the Cleveland Leadership Center is.
Well, thanks for asking. Thanks for having us, Leah. The Cleveland Leadership Center inspires and connects people to transform Cleveland. And we do that by developing leaders of all ages, literally from high school through hip replacement, as we like to say. So we have a program really for anybody at any age and stage of life and career. And we offer a variety of learning and engagement opportunities that help people learn about the city and understand it, meet other leaders and build networks, and then figure out the best ways that they can make change in the community.
What made you guys start the Leadership Center? Like, how did that all begin?
So the Leadership Centers actually, as an organization, was only around for 12 years, but some of our programs date back 40 years. In fact, our Leadership Cleveland program just had its 40th anniversary celebration this summer. There had been 4 existing programs in Cleveland for senior level managers, mid-career professionals, college students, and high school students. Those were all housed separately at different organizations or were independent programs. And about 12 years ago, the community thought it made sense to bring them together. The sum is greater than the whole of the parts, as they say, and really leverage the resources that those 4 programs have. And we've expanded since then and added programs for adults of all ages, for early career professionals. And with Accelerate, we added a program that reaches out to the entire community.
Before we get into Accelerate, tell us a little bit about what these programs offer. Because we just say it's programs, but what in specific are people getting the opportunity to do and learn?
So they're getting an opportunity, first of all, to meet people who are making change in Cleveland, the top leaders or decision makers at businesses and nonprofits throughout the city, and really understand what those organizations are doing and how they're engaging in the community. Through a series of either once a month programs, or some of our programs are once a week. The mold is different for each program, but they're really understanding what's happening in the community in various sectors. We explore arts and culture, the economy, health and human services, and really take a dive into all the different things, the neighborhoods, what's happening in the neighborhoods with the economy. That's a big focus right now, is economic development. So we really expose our participants to a variety of people, and then each group itself is made up of a diverse group of people from small and large organizations, nonprofit, for-profit, and public sector. So just by bringing those people together who might otherwise not get to meet, that's where the magic happens.
Very nice. Everyone gets a different perspective.
Exactly.
Brittany, how did you and Citizens Bank get involved with the Leadership Center?
Well, Citizens Bank has been really proud to be a partner of the Cleveland Leadership Center for a long time by supporting programs like Leadership Cleveland. And we're really excited to be now a partner on Accelerate. I think this is our 4th year together on this program. And this is really an opportunity for individuals to come forward with their great ideas, participate in this pitch competition, and help make Northeast Ohio a better place to live, work, and play.
How did Accelerate develop? Like, what spawned this competition?
So the Leadership Center, a number of years ago, we were still a relatively new organization at the time, decided to start having an annual meeting. And we brought in speakers and brought together our alumni and other community leaders and had wonderful annual meetings. But we started asking ourselves, then what? You know, what do people walk out of an annual meeting feeling they've learned something, they've connected? But we thought there might be a better way to really use our resources and our network to involve more people and to really catalyze people for more civic engagement. So we came upon this idea of a civic pitch competition. At the time, there weren't a lot in Cleveland. And the ones that did exist were for businesses or for people who had big picture ideas and were looking for $100,000 to launch something. we've always focused on the individual. We have individual participants. Yes, they represent organizations, but we really focus on individuals. And there's nowhere in Cleveland that they had a place to take an idea. So if you're sitting at a neighborhood group or in your book club or at the grocery store with a group of friends and you have an idea, there was really no place to take that. You couldn't take that to Shark Tank or some of the other things because it's not that kind of idea. So we said, how can we catalyze everyone to be a leader and to make change in the community? So we came up with Accelerate as a way, as Brittany said, to give voice to those people. And we were fortunate that we found corporate partners who were willing to support us in that because we're a small nonprofit, can't do everything ourselves. And collaboration is really our middle name anyway. So we collaborated with Citizens Bank and a number of other corporate partners and launched the first Accelerate in 2015. And here we are celebrating the 5th anniversary.
Break it down to us how this whole competition works and how people apply for it.
Well, people can submit their ideas, and the time to do that is now through November 30th. And they do this through an online application at cleveleads.org/accelerate. This competition is open, as we said, to individuals. Pitches need to be personal. They can't be on behalf of an organization. But there are 6 terrific categories, and we invite people to submit their ideas in one of those. And I'm going to read them because it's a long list now. Authentic Cleveland experiences, community change, economic and workforce development, educating for tomorrow, health and wellness, and quality of life. So folks submit their ideas to address one of those areas, and then those are reviewed by community leaders, a selection committee that selects pitches that will go forward at our big event in February. At that event, there are pitches that are made in front of panels of judges, and then finalists are selected to go before the full audience, where the audience votes and awards money to the finalists.
Now, is the pitch deadline always in November and the competition always in February? So in future, if people have interest?
Yeah, yeah, so we set on that because we need time to review the pitches and then give the time for the presenters to prepare, to publicize who they are. As Brittany said, we have this year 6 wonderful categories. So we're going to bring forth 30 pitches from 30 presenters with great ideas. And we really want people to have time to understand what they are. And then help support them by coming to the event and hearing the ideas. And as Brittany said, the winners get cash prizes. Really, everybody who's there has an opportunity for their vision to become reality because there's a network of 300-400 people listening to it. And we've seen incredible connections and business cards passed and people writing notes because someone in that audience might be interested in a pitch that didn't necessarily win or make it to one of the finalist positions, but is a great idea, and there's someone in the community that wants to help champion it.
Like a community Shark Tank.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Community civic Shark Tank.
Yes. Now, if someone has applied in the past and didn't become a finalist, are they able to reapply their idea every year?
They can, and we've seen that happen. So one of our finalists in the past presented a terrific project. This is Allie Love. Her project was Bus Stop Moves in 2016, and her idea transformed bus stops into healthy exercise spots. So placards were hung, people waiting for the bus could use these easy moves to just get moving while they're waiting for the bus. She came back and presented in 2018 at this past year's event with her idea for little free pantries that are now popping up around Cleveland. So we encourage you, if you have an idea, come back.
And actually, she did that in partnership with a presenter from the year before who was wanted to find a way to teach youth skills, how to build things and useful trade skills. So that organization, that individual pitched and started that group, partnered with Allie to help build her first little free pantries.
That's great. Again, collaboration.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, is there anything new for Accelerate with the 2019 competition?
Yeah, there are some new things this year. So, we started with 5 categories with Accelerate, and this year we're happy to be adding a 6th category. That's in partnership with Authentic. The category is Authentic Cleveland Experiences, and that's in partnership with Destination Cleveland. So in this category, we're looking for initiatives that provide residents and visitors with immersive and emotional experiences that evoke the essence of Cleveland. So it's a great new category. We're excited about that. We've also expanded our showcase of past presenters. So we want our past presenters to come back. We have an area that they are set up and they can engage with guests that are there for the big event. And that will be expanded this year. One feature will be the Teen Enterprise Pop-Up Shop, which was pitched this past year as a way to serve underserved teens and help them become entrepreneurs.
So great. What have you each personally gained and learned from being a part of Accelerate? Personally, how has it affected you and impacted you?
Well, I'll say that I've been so fortunate to be able to read and review pitches that are submitted, and every year it is so inspiring to read about the hopes and dreams and ideas that regular, everyday people like us have to make improvements and make lives better for people in the city. So it's really an inspiring project to be part of.
It's real. I've always felt good about Cleveland's future. Maybe not so good when I moved back here 30 years ago, but certainly in the last 20 years, I felt great about Cleveland's future. And what I get out of this is there are a lot of people in this town who also feel inspired, as Brittany said, and feel like there's a place for them to make change. The city is being built not just from the top down, which is important from our corporate partners and our major employers, but everybody has great ideas and also feels the same passion. It reignites and helps restore my passion for the community to see all these ideas come forth.
And you've had over 300 applications over the years. You mentioned some of the things that have come out of it before. Are there any other maybe notable projects that have come from it that people may be aware of but didn't know it came from the competition?
Sure. So one, and I think we just had him on Facebook, so you can check out @Cleveland Leads on Facebook to see Ben Colas, who is a kindergarten teacher in in CMSD in the central neighborhood, I believe it is. He was finding that his students just weren't coming to kindergarten prepared, and he was spending a lot of time just on almost remedial, counting and recognizing letters and numbers. And in most cases, it was because the parents didn't have the time or didn't know that they were supposed to help prepare their kids for kindergarten. He created a very simple bag of objects and items and a manual, a video manual and a written manual, a YouTube manual and a written manual for parents to work with their kids over the summer on counting and letter recognition, number recognition. And now instead of spending the first 3 months of kindergarten helping them get up to speed, their kindergarten readiness scores are skyrocketed at the beginning of the school year, and he can now spend the whole school year on really teaching them what he should be teaching in kindergarten.
That's great.
All because of a pitch at Accelerate, and his kindergarten kinder kits have now reached almost 6,000 individuals in Cleveland and now surrounding counties because other people are hearing about it.
That's wonderful to hear. Now, you mentioned your nonprofit organization.
Yeah.
How can people get involved with donating and supporting the organization?
Oh, thank you for asking. They can attend Accelerate. There's a small ticket price that helps us defray costs. We have a host committee. People are welcome to join if they want to support the event at higher financial levels, and then they can be a part of the selection process and hearing the pitches and offering suggestions to the presenters. And that can all happen at cleveleads.org Accelerate.
That's great. All right, well, we had to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to learn more about Accelerate, and we're actually going to have a 2017 finalist with us, Joanne Smith. So stay tuned for more Community Spotlight.
One in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Welcome back to Community Spotlight. I'm your host, Leah Haslage. Today's Spotlight is on the Cleveland Leadership Center. With us is Brittany O'Connor, Vice President of Citizens Bank. And now joining us is Joanne Smith, who is the founder of Getting Our Babies to College 101, and she's a 2017 Accelerate finalist. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, Joanne, tell us about you presenting your pitch in 2017. What was the experience like for you?
It was amazing. I mean, it was by far one of the most exquisite experiences I've had. It changed the course of my life completely. Like, I quit my job this year, so wow. I'm full-time doing Getting Our Babies to College 101. So it definitely created a platform for me to be able to actually move forward and take my business to a new level.
Before we get into the business, how did you hear about Accelerate and what made you want to get your pitch out there?
So I have been doing this, working with these families, like as a hobby at work, at school, like running around crazy. So one of my coworkers actually saw it in the Plain Dealer, and she's like, "You need to apply." And I'm like, "It's not even a business. I just help people." And she's like, "Just apply." And then I'm like, "Well, they're not going to pick me." So I was like, "All right, whatever." So I just went ahead and I did it online, and like less than 3 weeks later, I got an email saying that I was picked. So that's what actually prompted me to do it. And I was really looking at it as, okay, either they can tell me yes or no. So I put it out there, and doing the application is actually when I came up with the name of the business. So it was not a branded anything. So I just kept thinking, what is it that I want to do? And so get our babies to college. So that's where the name we even came from.
Oh, wow. So tell us about Getting Our Babies to College 101.
So basically what I do is I work with other families, helping them get prepared for the college prep process from my learned experience. From what I learned when I was getting my daughter through the process, I really didn't feel like the parents were included in college prep. And so I knew there was a lot that I needed to be doing on my own. So I just did a lot of research, and that research led to me helping my daughter get scholarship money for her to be able to continue her education.
And what kind of feedback have you been getting from parents now that the organization is off and running?
Usually is, where were you 20 years ago? I just heard that yesterday like 5 times when I was at Shaker. So they're excited because they want to be empowered. So the goal is for me to empower these parents so that they can be a resource, so that, we have a partnership. So you have the school doing their part, and now the parents are able to do their part because I'm allowing them to know about the different resources they can use.
Yeah, kind of break that down for us. Like, what in specific do you offer them with helping them?
So I go into the schools and I do workshops, and I cover numerous topics, from filling out the college application, finding scholarship money, how to properly fill out your FAFSA. I work a lot with the student athletes because my children are athletes, so NCAA process completely gets people so messed up. So I work with them on the academics of becoming a collegiate athlete. I work with them on college visits. I also have sessions that I now do with the students. I have an interview etiquette session, and I have an adulting session, which is kind of a financial literacy session. So I kind of sneaky teach them how to do money and budgeting, and they think they're just having fun, but I'm really teaching them how to maintain a budget. So that's been a lot of fun.
Wow. Yeah. So have other organizations now wanted to get involved with yours to kind of team up?
Well, I work a lot with College Now. So people are always like, well, what? College Now does this. College Now focuses a lot on the students. So my goal is to bring those parents along so that they can be able to work together. So College Now has been like a huge supporter of me. Eric Gordon with CMSD has been amazing. He has opened numerous doors. He actually contacted me a couple days after Accelerate. So I had a meeting with him, and I had a contract before I even had curriculum. So I always tell people my business had legs before it had a body. So I'm so thankful for Eric Gordon, and I met him through the Accelerate competition.
That's great. Yeah. Now, from the moment you heard that you're going to be in this competition, walk us through your firsthand experience. For those that are just learning about this and are thinking about doing it, what's your firsthand perspective?
Well, basically, what they have is a practice night, and that is amazing. So once you get picked and you start to put your ideas together, and you actually have to put it on paper and make it a real object instead of an idea in your mind, the practice night was priceless. I was able to be in a room with the people that I was competing with, and our judges were actually college students, so we were at Notre Dame College. So me having a college program and getting the feedback from those students helped me to elevate my pitch. So I think the practice night kind of was like a stepping stone to get ready for pitch night, because realistically, just being honest, you can't prepare for getting in front of a group of people and just kind of putting your heart on the table, because when you're thinking about these ideas, these are things that we hold close to us. We're regular people, and these are things that we feel can help our community. So being able to put that out there, it's a very nerve-wracking almost type of situation, because you don't know how people are going to receive it. Right. So once you get through that first pitch, the finalist round, the individual rounds, I think that kind of helped me to go full force for the big stage.
What did you find to be the biggest hurdle for you with this preparing for it?
My nerves.
Yeah.
My nerves. I mean, it had to be maybe 500 people in the room. So when you get to the big stage, getting up to the stage, I think, was the worst part. But once you get there, it's like, okay, here we go. But actually walking to the stage, I kind of was hoping I could get some assistance. But once you get there and you see everybody is paying attention and they're open and they're receiving what you have to say, it kind of was like, all right, let's go.
Brittany, from your experience with working with the contestants, what have you found to be the biggest challenge or the biggest hurdle for them?
I think Joanne described it pretty well. I think it's for people to have the courage to go ahead and submit their idea. So it's intimidating, or they think, oh, this is just my little idea. It maybe won't resonate with everyone. But when you hear, and I love hearing you tell your story again, because when you hear people like Joanne tell their personal story and understand how it connects with everybody with kids has this issue. That's what really resonates with people. So it's just overcoming that intimidation, having the courage to just get online, hit submit. You'll get, if you're picked to move on and make a pitch, you'll get that training that the Cleveland Leadership Center provides, which is priceless. And I love that you said empowered. You're helping families and students be empowered. And I think that's what Accelerate is doing too. I mean, it's helping residents here, our citizens, be empowered to make a difference themselves in our community. And I think that's great.
And like you said, worst can happen, they say no.
I totally agree. I always tell people, Cleveland Leadership Center, they changed my life. I would not have taken that leap of faith to move forward and make this a formal business. I would still be in the lunchroom at my job helping people, individually. But they kind of gave me that little push. Like with mommies, we have to push our babies a little bit. Yeah, they're like my family, so they kind of like pushed me like, hey, go do this. And the feedback that I received at the competition was priceless. Since then, I've been in 2 other pitch competitions. So it kind of has given me the courage to actually get out here and, get it out here, put the word out about not only what I do, but every interview I have, I speak about the Cleveland Leadership Center, because this program is priceless.
What's for the future? What's in store for your company? What's next?
Oh man, it's huge. It has. I started in 1 school district. Last year I was in 1 school district. This year I'm in 5 school districts. I also have a contract with the Lorraine Correctional Institution, so I'm in the prisons. I have a book scholarship I offered for the first time last year, so I give away 2 book scholarships. I also am in the process of finishing my book, so that'll be coming up. And then I also, I've been flown around to speak. I spoke at WGBH Ed Forum last year. So I have a few more big speaking engagements that are coming up. And I also have an initiative that I'm pitching that is for February. It's called 1,000 Ties, where I'm asking the community to donate ties. And then in February, we're going to have a big event. Eric Gordon is giving me East Professional to use as a location for us to teach young men how to actually tie a necktie.
Oh, that's wonderful. See, one door led to all this. It's so wonderful. What would you each tell viewers that are thinking about going to Cleveland Leadership Center and, of course, applying for Accelerate?
I would say do it. No idea is too small. Don't doubt yourself, because what you feel might be something small, everybody else might need. Like I hear all the time, where were you 20 years ago? Where were you 5 years ago? So something that was a pain point for me is also a pain point for millions of other people. So you can hold it in, or you can go out and share it with the world. So apply, go for it, put it on the line. I mean, all they can say is yes or no. And I hope to be able to see everybody out there giving their heart to the community. We need it all that we can get in Cleveland.
She said it perfectly. Just apply.
Just do it. Now, for your organization, is there anything else you think people should know about it?
Well, basically, we're getting our babies to college 101. My tagline is, it's more than a business, it's a movement. So I do work with adult learners. And then also when they hear me say college, they think it's just, 4-year, go away. I work with, it's about putting a plan together. So whether it's a 4-year, 2-year trade or military, let's sit down and put a plan together for your child. They have to know what a goal is. So as parents, we have to empower our children. And as the founder of Getting Our Babies to College 101, it's my goal to empower those parents.
Anything you think people should know about Accelerate and the Cleveland Leadership Center?
Well, yeah, I just want to mention something you said, and you mentioned making that connection with the head of our school district here. And folks that come and pitch at this event, even if they're not a finalist on that stage in the main ballroom towards the end of the night, all of those pitch presenters have this great opportunity to make connections, exchange business cards, and we see that happen over the years. And so I think that is also, it's a priceless opportunity. So I want to encourage everybody to visit cleveleads.org. That's where you can learn more about the Cleveland Leadership Center. And if you click on Accelerate, you can read more about the Accelerate program and find the application. Those are due by November 30th. You can also follow the Cleveland Leadership Center with the handle @CleveLeads and with the hashtag AccelerateNEO.
That's great. And
I wanted to say one more thing.
Yeah.
Even if they don't get picked to pitch, they should still come to the event. The networking there is like phenomenal. It's phenomenal. There's business people from every walk of life. So even if they don't get picked to pitch, they can still come to the event and just be a part of the atmosphere. It's an amazing experience.
it has to be a great learning experience
It is.
overall.
It is.
Yeah.
So even if you don't get picked this year, you come and you see what everybody else is doing, and then you can apply for next year.
How can we get more information on Getting Our Babies to College 101?
You can follow me on all social media. It's Getting Our Babies to College 101 is the acronym GOBTC 101. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
That's great. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us today. And we want to thank Michael Bennett for being with us earlier as well. And thank you for tuning in to Community Spotlight. We'll have all this information for you, of course, on our website, tv20cleveland.com. Until next time, I'm Leah Haslage.